great questions. So the future of cruising, this is something that I'm so excited about because last year I was on board this ship for 318 days during the pandemic. I was supposed to, as I mentioned, do 30 days or 90 days on board. Our very last cruise was our International Women's Day sailing, where the entire ship was woe-manned. The entire leadership on board was female, including an all-female bridge team that we did for International Women's Day. That was our final cruise with guests. On March 15th, we said goodbye to our guests. We expected to see everyone back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into a month turned into 5 months, 5 months turned into 15 months. We started with a crew of 1,320. When we went into our initial lockdown, we went down to 1,075. And then after about 5 months, we went into cool manning, which meant that the Celebrity Edge had a crew of 100 to 120 on board, looking after this $1.2 billion baby. And just to put things into perspective, I mentioned this at the Captain's Club celebration on the second day. We had one gentleman, John, our horticulturist, looking after over 5,000 living plants on board. But they kept the ship shape because basically every day we were hopeful that the next day we were going to be given the green light and we could begin sailing again. We learned a lot of lessons over the last year, and one of the things that I think was a big takeaway is how well we adapt to change. No matter what curveball was thrown our way, we knocked it out of the park. And I mean, the crew could adapt to these different changes, whether it was the CDC or things coming from the office or what was happening around the world. When you look at cruising today, it is one of the safest ways that you can vacation. And why is that? If you think about parks, if you think about resorts, if you think about hotels and airplanes, you don't know who's coming and going. Here, we have a controlled environment. We say who can come and who can go. We also have the procedures in place if something happens to follow up on that. And it's been proven. We had the Quantum of the Seas, which is with Royal Caribbean, our sister brand, and they've been sailing since December in Singapore. And things will pop up. We know that they will, but we anticipate that, and we have those procedures in place to make sure that everyone stays healthy and safe. So while, if we look at the history, anything that's happened in this industry has made us stronger, it's made us better, and this is just one of those things when we look back on the pandemic that we're going to use to make sure that we are the safest, healthiest way to travel the world, and I think we really will do that very well. Thank you. And the other